What's up, YouTube? It's your boy, 207 Nano Reefing. I got a comment to show the tank more, so here you go. uh, I could stay out of the videos for a little while, and y'all can just listen to my voice. Um, but today's video, I guess I'm gonna go over my coral care. There's really not much to it. Proper lighting, proper flow, and feeding them. You don't have to feed the coral; they can get the food off the light. But the Duncan eats like Duncan eats like he's in a eating contest. He'll swallow it and then come back for more. Um, but I do feed them. I feed them once a week right now. I probably could feed them more, honestly. But I feed them once a week. I give them 2 cubes of the Mysis shrimp, and I'm trying to cut back on the reefroids, but honestly, my coral I found in the past week or so, or 2 weeks, that they don't eat like they do when I have reefroids in it. If I don't put the reefroids in the mixture, they don't seem to eat as well as when they do with the other one. Like when they do when there is reefroids in it. I can pretty much get everything to eat. The zoas, I've never seen them eat a shrimp. I have seen the Granny Smith Pallies eat, those tall ones right there, purple and green. I have seen them eat shrimp. All my mushrooms will eat a shrimp. The SPS do not eat. I feed them this Acro Power stuff. It's a liquid. And they get some of the reefroids as well. But I give the Acro Power twice a week. I should do it more. I can do it every day, really, if I really wanted to. But I do it twice a week. And the chalices love to eat, especially. I haven't seen the space candy one eat, but I'm sure it does. I've seen the slime or whatever the hell it's called that comes out. A lot of these corals will produce a slime or a mucus or whatever I don't really know what it's called, but they'll produce this stuff and then they'll suck it back in. I physically have never seen that one eat, but I'm sure it is. The psychedelic chalice will eat like crazy. It really will. It loves it. Everything in here will eat pretty much. So basically my coral care is proper flow, proper lighting. I run 100% blues for a good 10 hours. And then I run 5%. So we'll just go over my thing. So at 8 o'clock, the lights come on. And from 8 to 9, they ramp up to 100%. The blues, just the blues. And then 9 o'clock, the whites come on. And they ramp up to 5%. That's all I go to. To about 12, I think 12 they peak for about 15, 20 minutes or so. And then they start ramping back down. And at 5:30, the whites go off. And then from 5:30 to 6:30, my blues go from 100 to 60%. And then from 6:30 to 8 at night, they go from 60 to 0. And then at 8, they shut off. So my lights are on for 12 hours a day. And like I said, the blues are on 100% for probably about 10, 9.5, 10. Maybe 10.5. Something like that. I'd have to do the math real quick, and I'm not good at math off the top of my head. And then proper flow. I've just had the little wave maker over here, my Higer, for a while. And then I just got the cross flow. I mainly got the cross flow just to have a random flow in there, so that way the coral didn't grow one way, because it will grow towards the flow. And I didn't want my coral to grow one way. I wanted it to grow in a bunch of different ways, if that makes sense to you guys. So that's the main reason I got the Higer cross flow. And my sticks love the little extra flow. But that's basically it for coral care, guys. That's what I do. You know, I dip them every time I get new coral, even if I get them from my buddy. You know, and he knows this. Like, no offense to anybody, but I'm gonna dip my coral no matter what. That's just a safe practice to not bring pesticides and shit in your tank that you don't want. So, you can see I am still fighting the algae outbreak, but it is way better than it's ever been. You can actually see up by the favia here, it's just about completely gone now. The urchin finally made his way over there. And I thought he was skipping over the algae, but what he does is he just goes in circles. And he'll chew a little bit at a time and then come back around and chew a little bit more and then come back around and chew a little bit more. But as you can see, this rock is completely white where the favia is. This top rock that's got nothing on it is completely white. And then over here, the SPS rock was damn near white before he even got in there. The hermits pretty much picked that fucking rock right apart. They all went to that one rock. I'm not quite sure why, but that's what they all did. Most of them still live on there. There's still like 3 or 4 of them on there, and the other 3 or 4, however many there are, there's 7 total. But some of them go in the sand. Excuse me. Some of them go in the sand and eat the algae in the sand, which is good. And some of them are on this rock over here, and I think I've got one hiding over here in this cluster of rocks. So, but that's my Coral Care 101. It's nothing too fancy about it. Just like I said, proper lighting, proper flow, and feed your corals at least once a week. Could I feed them? Could I feed my corals more? Yes, but I'm trying to get the phosphates down, and I'm trying to get my algae outbreak down. So once a week is just fine. I do feed my fish twice a day, so I could probably cut back on that. But honestly, my Dottie and my Rasp are kind of assholes if they don't eat twice a day. And the female clown, she's a bitch. But yeah, that's my Coral Care 101, and I can recommend what I recommend to anybody who's getting into this hobby. And do your research on the coral before you buy it. Don't be like me and just buy a coral and not do any research on it, because I've lost way more coral than I care to really admit in this first year. Now, granted, I'm new to this hobby, so it's all learning stones, and it's all learning, stepping stones. That's what I'm trying to say. It's all stepping stones, but really do your research on it. You do yourself a favor, and it'll save you more money in the long run. Because some coral, like the SPS, like a lot of flow and a lot of light. But other coral, like my mushrooms over here, don't like the flow so much and don't need as much light. So, when I got the jack-o'-lantern over there, I've said it in old videos, I had him up here on this rock, and he was good for probably a month, and then all of a sudden I come in and it was just way too much light. I don't know if I upped the light. I don't remember. I could have upped the light back then. But all of a sudden he started to bleach a little bit. So I quickly took him off the rock, put him over here underneath the favia rock in the shade, let him heal up, and then I moved him over there. And he's been thriving ever since. So really do yourself a favor and do some research before you start diving headfirst into this hobby. Other than that, I got really nothing else for you. Coral Care is really not as hard as I thought it was. So at least I don't think it is now. Like I've said before, proper lighting, proper flow, and feed them once a week. And some coral don't even want food. Some coral just want the light. So, and the flow. All right. So, question of the day, guys. What is your guys' favorite kind of coral? SPS, softies, LPS, acros, milioporas, anemones. Me personally, I like my sticks. It's really what I like. I don't know why. I just always have liked my SPS and my acros. I'm not a big fan of the torches or the hammers. I'm just never understood the hype of them. That's my personal opinion. Y'all can hate me in the comments if you want, but I just never really gotten into that into those kind of corals. But yeah, what's your guys' favorite kind of coral? Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, answer the question of the day, and thanks for watching, guys. Have a good day.